Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jazz, and for today's video we're gonna go ahead and go with a hair video. Now if you're new to my channel, I create all kinds of lifestyle vlogs, reviews, and all kinds of different entertaining videos. For today we're gonna get back into the hair journey videos. Like I said before, I'm not an expert in this. It's just me trying new things with my hair, trying different styles. I am natural, I have 4A hair, and I've tried other videos showing you guys the different products that I use, like the Carol's Daughter line, and I also did other wash and go routines, high puffs, and all kinds of things like that. But for this video I'm going to show you an updated version of a wash and blow dry, because I don't think I've done this in a while since my hair grew. But as you can see, it was blow dried before, and then I tried to do another styling video for you, but the way the rain was set up, it had other plans, so that didn't work out. But my hair was blow dried and somewhat straightened before, and you can see the rain kind of started to give my curls back again, which is something that I didn't want. I had it in a bun. I've been wearing hats for a while to kind of cover it up before, and you can see it created so many different textures in my hair. You can see half of it straight, the middle was thick, and then I try to flat iron a little bit just to get rid of the frizz on my ends, and that's why you see the strings in different textures. My psoriasis wanted to have a flare up, and I just could not go out with this, so we got to get ready for this wash. For me, washing my hair in the shower was always the easiest, no matter how long or short my hair was. But for this routine, I did kind of switch it up a little bit. I do still use that Carol's Daughter line. So in the beginning when I washed my hair, I used to like using warm or hot water, just to kind of get any buildup or whatever other products I use in my hair out. Make sure I soak it fully, get all my curls back defined so you can see it's really hydrated again. And I went in with the Carol's Jelly to Cream Conditioner, which is amazing for conditioning, and which I didn't really realize before, it does create the shine back in your curls and define it. So this you can use as much as you need for it, because it does bring your curls back to life. As you can see, even though I blow dried my hair previously, using this product really defined my curls, and it helps so much easier with the tangling. So I did see other people before, they do some kind of detangling method in their hair. Now for me, I started using the Carol's Daughter before I actually go in with the wash, which is like what some people do, the pre-poo and all that stuff. This actually helped, I guess if you want to say, remove some of the buildup as well, and really detangle my hair. I can do this with my fingers, I don't really need a brush, and the product works in really well. And I found out it's better doing this too, because it helps when I go in shampoo. The product of the shampoo can really reach in my hair better because everything's nice and detangled. And you can see this is just conditioner, not even me shampooing anything out. You can already see the curls are starting to get defined. As I was saying, you really don't need a brush with this. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to detangle with your fingers and how defined the curls get. You can see you can just comb your fingers through, and it works really well. Of course, this side of my hair is always my thickest. I think some people have that problem as well. I always have that one spot on my hair, like the front part is always the easiest to manage and the far back, but something about that middle and like the sides of the middle is always hard. So you can see it looks a little bit thicker, but even then you still can use that product to work in with your fingers, just taking your time, making sure you're getting through each part. I think it's just harder because by the time, with so much hair, by the time you get to that spot, you start to get tired and kind of get a little bit lazy. I know I do, but with this product you can keep applying more and making sure that you really work it through to fully detangle all of that, because again, that's going to actually help you too when you go to wash your hair, because if it's too thick, the product might not even be able to reach your scalp. Now like I said, you still can use one of those detangling brushes like I showed you before, but for me, I just wanted to use my fingers. And you can see, I don't know who I thought I was shaking, you can see the curls coming back already. And then you just want to rinse it out. Typically people like to use cold water when they use conditioner, but for some reason for me, I just like the warm water to kind of make sure I got all the dirt and everything out, make the product flow more smoothly. But of course it was a little bit too hot, as you saw by the steam, so I had to turn it down just a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure all the product got in, and I squeezed it all the way out. Now I did go in, like I said, with the Carol's Daughter line. This one I'm going with the black vanilla line. It's not the same as my kitty that I use for my scalp, but this one actually does promote shine like you saw on the product itself, which I didn't know before, so I really looked at it this time. I use it all the time, but I just kind of noticed that now on the bottle, but I noticed that my hair really does have a lot more shine when I first started using the product. So this is something that I really like in my routine. If you guys haven't tried it, I would suggest you try it. They have all kinds of other ones, but for me, this is something that just worked for my hair and my skin as well. So what I like to do is the first wash is kind of just me getting the product and rinsing it out of my hair, and I don't focus too much on it. But this one is when I really scrub, like really try to target my spots. I know my dry spots, and again, like I said, with psoriasis, usually it's like my front edges and then the back sides along the edges close to my ear line. But I'm not really scrubbing too hard, because the thing with me and psoriasis, if you scrub a little bit too hard, you might end up breaking the skin, creating like sores and making you bleed, which is something I don't want, because typically if you deal with psoriasis, you know that really burns when you put product and things like that, and that's just something you don't want. So I really try to make sure I get in those areas, making it, you can see like the lather, it's so much different. It's cleaner, and you can tell you wouldn't need that much shampoo as you would with the first one, but for me, I typically do use a little bit more. Some people may say you don't need a lot or you should use less, but for me, I know what works with my hair, especially if I don't have that kitty shampoo. I have to make sure I'm really getting in there and trying to get on my scalp and making sure my hair is really clean. You keep hearing me talking about the dirt and everything. My hair wasn't really dirty before, but that's just the term that I use. I just want to make sure any product that I use is really washed out and my scalp is clean. And again, we're going in with the Black Vanilla Carol's Daughter conditioner. Of course, conditioner, there shouldn't be a limit on the amount that you use, because if you're natural, you have thick hair, you're gonna need a lot of conditioner. Conditioner, definitely you probably run out first before shampoo. And with the shampoo, I usually target more of my roots to get that clean compared to my ends. Now with conditioner, it's kind of the opposite. I do put it in my root, but then I also focus on my ends. And then after I work the conditioner in, I usually just tie it up so I can take a shower. I like to take a shower and then let that sit in my hair, the conditioner, get it nice and defined and hydrated. And then I'll go ahead and wash it out with the cool water. As you can see, of course, like I said, cold is supposed to be better, help frizz. And then I try to do a length check to see, because I haven't really seen how long my hair was when it was curly and wet. It still had pieces like stuck on my neck to see the actual length, and I know I need a trim, but just to kind of check it and see how far it's coming, I just wanted to make sure I rinse everything out. All I'm gonna do is squeeze it, and I thought about tying it up, but then I realized I want to tie it up with a towel instead. No specific reason, I just knew it was gonna take me a little minute just to get ready, so I wanted it out of my way. All I do is twist it up in the front, then tie it up and kind of pin it in the back. That's just how I wrap it. Now let's get on with the blow drying. Now for the blow drying, this is usually the part that takes me forever. As you can see, my hair dried up a little bit. You don't want to do it when it's too dry, because your ends would be super frizzy, so I kind of got to work with it a little bit wet. And I don't use combs or anything. I kind of just separate it, pull it apart with my fingers, and don't pull too hard. It may look like I am, but I'm really not. Once it gets to parts that kind of get stuck, I kind of individually pull the string to try to separate it a little bit. As you can see there, I'm just kind of not pulling it from the root, but kind of the actual part where the tangle is. And with it being wet, it kind of detangles it easier. And I just sprayed just a little bit of the heat protecting spray. You can use any kind, I don't use one specific, but I like to go in with that detangling brush to kind of make sure everything's nice and even, and make sure you separate, because with the long thick hair, it's really hard to keep things separate. But like I said, I go in with this Conair blow dryer brush. This thing is a game changer. I actually really like this. Some people didn't know if it worked for, if you want to say, more natural black people hair. It definitely does. What I like to do is, like the other blow dryers, kind of pull slightly and hold at the root like you're doing a blowout to really get inside those roots. But with this, you have to really take your time, especially if you have thick natural hair like me. This is why I say this process takes forever, because you can blow dry it and think it's good. As soon as you lift it up, it puffs out and you can still see some of the curls that you didn't get all the way. That's why I say sometimes taking my time and, you know, kind of going really slow and pulling and holding in certain spots. Now you spray that heat protecting spray, so you are kind of protecting yourself from some heat damage itself. I notice with this, I don't really have heat damage when I do this, so maybe this method is really good for the hair. I haven't noticed any hair loss or shedding or anything like that. And then again, I also don't blow dry my hair as often, but this is just my routine that I do when I do actually blow dry my hair. And I found that twisting or braiding the sections as I go really works for me, because my hair can get really poofy and thick. So this right here just helps me separate the hair as I'm going. I want to give you guys a little time lapse, because like I said, this hair takes me forever, but with this Conair brush, I can definitely say it takes me way less time than what it usually or what it used to do. But like I said, that twisting helps kind of lay it down just a little bit and help me to kind of like separate it and actually blow dry the pieces so much easier. One thing you probably might not be able to see from this time lapse is I really try to focus more on the roots that I was doing, because that's always the thickest and most curliest parts that you can't even tell. And I think this time I actually did a pretty good job of doing that. The ends, of course, aren't going to be as straight because it's just a blow dry, and like I said, I do need them clipped, but I'm just going to start to unravel the twist that I did do, so you can see it is pretty wavy from the twist. But if I just left it like this throughout the day, because I've tried this before, my hair would definitely puff up and it just kind of wouldn't look right. So I had to go back and do it again. So what I usually do is after I twist them all up, I usually put some kind of like oil or something in it and untwist them, and then that way I can re-blow dry some of the parts again to try to get it the same texture and make everything look nice and neat. I know some people may think that, oh my god, you're going in so much with this blow dryer, aren't you worried about the heat damage and things like that? Actually, it has not damaged my hair, and when I go back in with this setting, I do use a normal blow drying setting, and then I also switch it to the cool mode so it doesn't really affect my hair. When I do this is also getting everything smooth and brushing it, as you can see, trying to play around with it, seeing different styles. So actually seeing this for myself, my hair has definitely grown a lot, almost back to the length that I had it before, and to me it looks really good and healthy. The only thing, like I said, is I probably could use some trimming, and this is just a blow dryer, so my ends aren't going to be straight. My hair isn't completely straight, so I really don't see the full length, but I actually really like the way this came out. Now, I'm new to this whole beauty hair journey thing, so I actually debated seeing how much I needed to trim, but actually I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna let the professionals, my sister, do it. But I did show you guys a video on some hairstyles that I tried, so after this video you guys stay tuned and you can check out that video as well.